Stop saying very. If you want to sound more natural in English, this will change the way you speak.
Exactly. Today we're giving you better, more natural words that native speakers actually use.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, and this is Michael, and welcome back to Everyday English.
And today we're talking about one of the most overused words in English, the word very.
Right. Now, here's the thing. English learners use very all the time because it's easy, right? Very good, very bad, very big.
Exactly.
But native speakers, we don't really talk like that. We use stronger, more specific words instead.
That's right. Think about it. When was the last time you heard a native speaker say, "I'm very hungry"?
Never. We say, I'm starving.
Or very tired? No, we say, "I'm exhausted."
Exactly. So using these stronger words instead of very will instantly make you sound more natural and more like a native speaker.
And more confident too. So let's dive into 20 replacements that will transform your English.
Number one, instead of very tired,
Exhausted. I'm exhausted from working all day.
perfect. That sounds so much more natural.
Number two, don't say very hungry.
Starving. I haven't eaten since breakfast. I'm starving.
Yes, native speakers love that word.
Next up, instead of very big,
Huge. That house is huge.
much more impact, right? Or enormous or massive. Like, that building is enormous. So much more impactful than very big.
Definitely. And for very small,
Tiny. Look at that tiny kitten.
right. Or you could say miniature for something really small, like he lives in a miniature apartment in the city. It's way more descriptive.
Very good.
Replace it with excellent. The food was excellent.
Or you could say outstanding, superb, or fantastic. All of these are so much stronger than just very good.
That sounds way more natural.
Very bad.
Terrible. The weather was terrible yesterday.
Exactly. Or awful, horrible, dreadful. These words really express how bad something is. Like, the traffic was awful this morning. Now let's talk about temperature. Instead of very cold,
Freezing. It's freezing outside.
right, and very hot becomes,
Boiling. It's boiling in here. Can we open a window?
and we also say sweltering or scorching for really hot weather, like it's sweltering outside today. You can feel the heat just from those words. Don't say very fast.
That was a quick response.
Or speedy, swift, even lightning fast. Native speakers love these more colorful expressions. Very slow.
Sluggish. The internet is so sluggish today.
That's way more descriptive. Now, emotions. Instead of very funny,
Hilarious. That movie was hilarious.
and for very sad, we don't say that either. We say devastated or heartbroken. Much more emotional impact, right?
Oh, wow, yes. I was devastated when my team lost the championship. That hit so much harder than very sad.
And the next one is something native speakers use all the time.
Oh, what is it?
Instead of very scared, we say terrified. I'm terrified of spiders.
Yes, that gives you chills, right?
Totally. And very angry becomes,
Furious. My boss was furious when I was late.
ooh, you can feel the intensity.
Exactly. Now for something positive. Very happy.
Thrilled. I'm thrilled about my new job.
Or ecstatic, delighted, overjoyed. These words really show how excited someone is. Like she was ecstatic about getting into college. That sounds so much more excited and natural.
Now let's talk about cleanliness. Don't say very clean.
Spotless. The house is spotless after cleaning all day.
Perfect. And the opposite, very dirty.
Filthy. My shoes are filthy from walking in the mud.
And for other levels of dirtiness, we say grimy, soiled, or grubby, like my hands are grimy from gardening all day. Ew, you can really picture it, right?
Definitely. Now here's one for describing things. Instead of very interesting,
Fascinating. That documentary was fascinating.
so much more sophisticated. And in professional settings, you might hear compelling, captivating, or intriguing, like your presentation was quite compelling.
And very boring becomes
Dull. That lecture was so dull, I almost fell asleep.
ha, I can feel your boredom. Now difficulty levels. Very easy.
Simple. The instructions were simple to follow.
Right, and very hard
Difficult. That test was really difficult.
or challenging, tough or demanding. These words show different levels of difficulty. Like, that was a challenging project, but we completed it. I'm starving. I haven't eaten all morning.
I'm starving. Let's grab lunch.
Excellent. Now, I just ran 5 miles.
You must be exhausted.
Perfect. Your turn. Describe that new action movie we saw.
It was thrilling. The special effects were incredible.
Nice. And what about the weather today?
It's freezing outside. I need my winter coat.
Brilliant. See how natural that sounds? You're not saying very cold, you're painting a picture with your words. They make you sound more fluent, more confident, and honestly, more interesting to listen to.
Exactly. And that's the key. These words create stronger mental images.
Now, let's explore some more advanced alternatives. What about instead of very smart?
We say brilliant, clever, genius, or intelligent. Like, she's brilliant at solving problems.
Very loud.
Deafening or thunderous. The music was absolutely deafening at that concert.
Love it. And the opposite, very quiet?
Silent, hushed, or whisper quiet. The library was completely silent during exam week.
Great. Now let's talk about very old. What do we say instead?
Ancient, antique, or elderly for people. Like, that building is ancient. It's over 500 years old. Now let's talk about appearance. Instead of very beautiful,
We say gorgeous, stunning, breathtaking, or spectacular. Like, the sunset was absolutely breathtaking.
and very ugly becomes hideous, repulsive, or simply unattractive, though native speakers usually try to be more polite.
Ha, true. Now, what about physical feelings instead of very painful?
Excruciating, agonizing, or unbearable. Like, the headache was absolutely excruciating.
Ouch. And what about taste? Very delicious isn't something we say.
Right, we say scrumptious, delectable, mouthwatering, or simply amazing. Like, this pizza is absolutely scrumptious.
And very new becomes brand new, fresh, or cutting edge for technology. Like, this is cutting edge software. Now, let's practice some workplace situations. Michael, imagine your colleague just gave an amazing presentation.
That presentation was outstanding. Your analysis was brilliant, and the visuals were stunning.
Excellent! Much better than saying very good. Now, what if you're describing a really stressful day?
Today was absolutely chaotic. I had back-to-back meetings, the deadline was crushing, and I was completely overwhelmed.
Perfect. You used chaotic, crushing, and overwhelmed, all so much more vivid than very stressful. Now describe your dream vacation.
I'd love a secluded beach with crystal clear water, surrounded by lush tropical forests. The weather would be perfect, the food would be exquisite, and I'd be completely relaxed.
Wonderful. You said secluded, crystal clear, lush, perfect, exquisite, and completely relaxed. Not one very in sight. That's exactly how native speakers paint pictures with words.
Now, here's a pro tip for our listeners. When you're learning these new words, don't try to memorize all of them at once.
Try using these words instead of very this week. Start with just 3 or 4 that feel natural to you.
Right. Instead of sounding like a textbook, you will sound like a real person having a real conversation.
Exactly. Pick 3 words that feel natural to you and use them for a week. Maybe exhausted instead of very tired, freezing instead of very cold, and hilarious instead of very funny.
And here's another tip. Pay attention to how native speakers use these words in movies, TV shows, and conversations. Context is everything. Now, before we finish, let's do one more comprehensive practice round. Sarah, I want you to describe the worst day you've ever had, but use all these powerful words instead of very.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I woke up exhausted because my alarm was deafening at 5 a.m. The weather was freezing, my coffee was terrible, and traffic was absolutely chaotic. By lunchtime, I was starving, but the restaurant was filthy and the food was awful. Then my presentation at work was a disaster. I was terrified and completely overwhelmed. When I finally got home, I was furious about everything and utterly devastated. It was the most dreadful day imaginable.
That was absolutely brilliant. You used exhausted, deafening, freezing, terrible, chaotic, starving, filthy, awful, terrified, overwhelmed, furious, devastated, and dreadful. Not a single very in that entire story, and I could feel every emotion you described.
Now let me balance that with the best day ever. I woke up refreshed and energized. The weather was perfect, warm and sunny. I had a scrumptious breakfast at this gorgeous cafe with spectacular views. My morning meeting went brilliantly, and my boss said my work was outstanding. Lunch was absolutely delicious, and I spent the afternoon in this peaceful, tranquil park. In the evening, I watched a hilarious movie with friends, and we had an amazing time. I went to bed feeling completely content and thrilled about life.
Incredible! You painted such vivid pictures with words like refreshed, energized, perfect, scrumptious, gorgeous, spectacular, brilliantly, outstanding, delicious, peaceful, tranquil, hilarious, amazing, content, and thrilled. This is exactly how you captivate listeners and make your stories come alive.
The most important thing is confidence. When you use words like spectacular, devastating, or exquisite, you're not just communicating, you're painting vivid pictures and sharing real emotions.
And here's something important. Don't worry if you slip up and use very sometimes. Even native speakers do it occasionally. The key is building these stronger words into your vocabulary gradually.
Here's another practical tip. When you're reading books, articles, or watching shows, pay special attention to how writers and native speakers express intensity without using very. You'll start noticing these powerful words everywhere, and gradually, they'll become part of your natural vocabulary.
That's a great point. And remember, some words work better in formal situations while others are more casual. Exceptional might be perfect for a business presentation, while awesome fits better with friends. The key is building a rich vocabulary so you can choose the right word for each situation.
Right, and remember, these stronger words don't just make you sound more natural, they actually help people understand your emotions and meaning better.
So, to recap everything we've covered today, we've given you alternatives for size, temperature, emotions, appearance, difficulty, and so much more. We've practiced with real scenarios, and you've seen how these words make your English come alive. The goal isn't to eliminate very completely, but to have a toolkit of powerful words that make you sound more like a native speaker.
The beautiful thing about expanding your vocabulary this way is that it builds your confidence in speaking English. When you have precise words to express your thoughts and feelings, you feel more capable of participating in any conversation, whether it's casual chat with friends or an important presentation at work.
And don't forget to practice these words in your daily conversations. Start small. Maybe replace just one very phrase per day. Before you know it, using these more expressive words will become second nature, and people will notice how much more engaging and natural your English sounds. And if you want more, check out Part 2 will be out next week, and we'll give you even more powerful replacements.
Thanks for watching Everyday English. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next time.
Keep practicing, and remember, don't be very good.
Be excellent.